Deep in the heart of the Balkans, where ancient forests whisper secrets of old, the land is steeped in mystery and magic. In this world between the veils, fearsome creatures roam. These are not mere stories to frighten children, but echoes of a primeval past that still haunts every nook and cranny of these lands. These tales are as old as the hills from which they spring, each creature a story of fear, respect, and the unexplained. So join us as we peel back the layers of the unknown to uncover the chilling tales of the Balkan supernatural. Welcome to a journey through the eerie folklore of the Balkans. In the shadowed waters of Eastern Europe, the Rusalka lurks. These spirits of the drowned are not mere myths, but remnants of lost souls, forever bound to the watery depths from which they came. Legend tells of young women tragically met with untimely deaths by drowning, whether by misfortune or malice. Transformed by their fate, they emerge from the depths during the night, ethereal and hauntingly beautiful. With pale skin that glows under the moonlight and long, flowing hair that weaves with the currents, the Rusalka are a chilling sight to behold. Drawn to their mesmerizing appearances, unsuspecting wanderers might find themselves enchanted by a Rusalka's otherworldly song. But be warned, their allure is a mask for their torment, and to approach is to court death. In the deep, dark woods of Greece and Bulgaria, a creature born of nightmare and fear known as Karakondzula is the specter that haunts the nights. Legend holds that during the 12 days of Christmas, when the spiritual realm brushes close to our own, the Karakondzula emerges from its shadowy realm. With a grotesque appearance, hunched and hairy, it prowls in the grip of insatiable hunger and mischief. By moonlight, it hunts for weary travelers, those lost in the night. It leaps upon their backs, invisible to all but its victim. With a grip as cold as the grave, it forces them to carry it wherever it desires, often driving them to exhaustion or madness. If you find yourself alone when the night is clear and a weight settles upon your shoulders, heavy and demanding, pray, for the Karakondzula may have chosen you. The same Bulgarian folklore brings us the Talasam, which is not born of flesh and bone, but conjured from the very elements of the earth itself. Crafted by those who dare to harness the dark arts, the Talasam is shaped from clay and infused with spells that bind it to the will of its creator. Its form is rugged, as if hewn from the mountains. Its eyes, like hollow pits, burn with a ghostly fire. Summoned for protection, yet feared for its potential wrath, the Talasam is both guardian and destroyer. It obeys the commands of its master, lurking in the shadows, ever vigilant, ever ready to unleash its formidable power. But beware, for if the Talasam's loyalty is ever swayed or its purpose corrupted, it can turn on its maker with devastating consequences. Its loyalty, once a shield, can become a sword, cutting down anything in its path. Serbia became the home of a terrifying demon with formidable force of destruction known as the Allah. Feared by many, these malevolent creatures are masters of storms and misfortune, descending upon villages to devour crops and bring calamity. With bodies as shifting as the clouds from which they emerge, the Allahs are said to have an insatiable hunger for human despair and chaos. Their arrival is marked by blackened skies and a suffocating air of dread that chills the very soul. But there is one ancient guardian capable of challenging the Allah's wrath: the dragon. Creatures of immense power and wisdom, dragons are the sworn protectors of the land. When an Allah descends to wreak its havoc, it is often met by the fierce resistance of a dragon. The villagers, well versed in the legends of old, sometimes look to the skies in hope, praying for their dragon protector to save them from the devastating grip of the Allah. And when the storm finally breaks, revealing clear skies, they know their dragon has once again restored balance. In the shadowed realms of Romanian folklore, spirits of the departed still haunts the nights. They are the undead, cursed to roam the earth, thirsting for the life they can no longer possess. Feared throughout the ages, the Strigoi are said to rise from their graves by night, driven by a relentless hunger for human blood. With pallid skin and eyes glowing like coals, they haunt the villages of the living, spreading disease and death. Legend has it that Strigoi are those souls too troubled to pass peacefully into the afterlife, often marked by lives of sin or victims of untimely, violent deaths. Denied entry into heaven and too rebellious for hell, they are trapped in a twilight existence, neither alive nor truly dead. They are able to transform into animals, vanish into thin air, and even call upon the forces of nature to aid their dark pursuits. Their breath is said to wilt flowers and chill the heart of the bravest souls. To protect themselves, the villagers perform ancient rituals and guard their homes with garlic and blessed thorns. Tales of graves unearthed to drive a stake through the heart of a suspected Strigoi are whispered from generation to generation, a grim testament to the fear they inspire. Born of Greek mythology and feared across the Balkans, Lamia embodies terror wrapped in the guise of seduction. Once a majestic queen, beloved and fair, Lamia's fate turned dark under the curse of the gods. Stricken with grief and madness after the loss of her children, her sorrow morphed into a vengeful hunger for the souls of the young and innocent. Her form is that of a fusion between a beautiful woman and a hideous serpent, slithering silently through the night. Her voice, once melodious and sweet, now carries a chilling echo that lures the unwary. Parents tightly clutch their children when the night air carries the soft murmur of her cursed lullabies, a deadly serenade meant to enchant and deceive. The Lamia's eyes, filled with malevolent wisdom, paralyze not only with fear, but with a mesmerizing attraction, pulling her victims into an embrace from which there is no escape. Whisper her name with caution, and guard well your loved ones. For in the still silence of the night, the Lamia waits. Balkan people's sleep can be disturbed by a spectral entity. As the clock chimes the witching hour, the air grows cold, and the shadows in the corner of the room begin to move. Unseen but deeply felt, the Mora approaches its sleeping victim, its presence heavy with malice. Silent as the night itself, the Mora perches upon the chests of those it visits, pressing down with an unbearable weight. Its form is elusive, often described as a dark, shapeless mass, sometimes taking on the guise of a haggard old woman or a suffocating cloud of smoke. Victims awaken to a paralyzing terror, trapped between sleep and wakefulness, unable to move or cry out. The Mora, feeding on their fear, draws forth the breath from their lips, each exhale a whisper of their life force escaping. To ward off this night terror, the people of these ancient lands turn to old charms and spells. A knife placed under the pillow, thorns woven into doorways, and prayers whispered into the darkness. These are the shields against the dread Mora. As dawn breaks and the first light filters through the curtains, the oppressive presence fades. The Mora retreats to the shadows from whence it came, waiting for the night to fall once more. In the whispering woods of Slavic lands, the Veela hold court. These ethereal beings, neither Holy Spirit nor entirely mortal, weave a tapestry of enchantment and peril. Veelas are creatures of breathtaking beauty, with hair that flows like liquid silver and eyes that shimmer with the mysteries of the stars. Clothed in gossamer garments spun from the light of the moon, they dance through the woods, their movements as fluid as the wind itself. But the Veela are as dangerous as they are beautiful, with tempers quick to flare and powers vast as the night sky. Drawn by their enchanting music and seductive dance, a traveler has been lured into their midst. The Veela can transform from radiant maidens into fearsome warriors, their laughter turning to chilling screams that pierce the night air. Legends speak of men driven mad by their haunting melodies, their lives forever shadowed by encounters with these formidable spirits. As dawn approaches and their figures dissolve into the morning mist, only the echo of their laughter remains, a haunting reminder of the night's unearthly events. And so, we close the shadowed tome on the fearsome creatures that stalk the ancient lands of the Balkans. If you enjoyed this journey into the dark corners of folklore and found yourself glancing over your shoulder, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to never miss a video. Which of these Balkan creatures would you dare to encounter on a dark, moonlit night? Share your thoughts and tales in the comments below. Perhaps your story might just inspire our next eerie adventure. Thank you for watching, and remember, in the realm of folklore, there's always something more lurking just out of sight.